In this video, we're going to talk about the best ways to optimize your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is growing, so if you want to be successful at using LinkedIn to get more contacts and to use it to grow your brand or your business, we're going to talk about how to do that in this video. So by the end of it, you're going to have a LinkedIn profile that is awesome. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let's get into it. Hey there, my name is Brandon Brashears. I create daily marketing videos here, so if you're looking to grow your brand or your business with digital marketing, this is the place for you. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button if you liked the video, and comment if you have any questions. So LinkedIn user growth is growing like crazy. The platform is growing, it's becoming very popular, and if you do any kind of B2B marketing or you have a professional presence, it is important that you grow your brand or your business on LinkedIn. So we're going to talk about some of the best practices that you need to do to make sure that your profile is great and that attracts the right kinds of people so that you can build relationships. Now, before we begin, I want to mention a few things. First, LinkedIn is just like any other social network in that it has users and attention, which is great, but ultimately you are trying to reach people on the other side of the screen. You're not trying to game some kind of algorithm or get organic distribution or do all of these tactic type things. I think LinkedIn works best when you treat it like a big networking event. There are the people that you can try to connect with that are going to both be able to help inside of your business, you're able to help people, and then at the same time there's people there that can help you too. So people that are effective networkers are generally good at LinkedIn because it's the same principles. If you've ever read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, that's a great book on how to really get out there and help people and figure out what it is that you can do to help them in this medium. So I just wanted to say that first because I think that it gets glossed over a lot, that we're trying to do all of the latest tactics and strategies, but ultimately it's human behavior that's driving action. And so don't forget you're working with real people, and it's important to consider that, okay? Let's jump into the computer here. We're going to go over a profile, and I'm going to tell you some tips and tricks. I think that some of these are very cool because you're able to use content to build more context, and especially if you have a company page or something, and you work for a company, it's gonna be very helpful for you to be more professional and get more success on there. All right, so when we're in LinkedIn here, we need to consider a few things. First, we have very specific dimensions for both the profile picture as well as the banner picture. And so making sure that you're optimized for both of those things is important. If you say you're a speaker, have a picture of you speaking. So I said that I'm a speaker, so that I'm an author, digital marketer. So that has relevant info there. So there I am. You can see my face clearly. It's not a personal picture. I didn't take it with the cell phone. I'm not saying that wouldn't be okay to do, but try to get a professional picture for yourself. That way you're going to appear professional. Make sure too your head isn't just the only thing in there, because then I would say make sure you're not too far away, and then also don't be too close, just so that it gives you a good natural kind of picture. So make sure that you have good pictures in there. Make sure also that this background image here, so you need to have your name in there, and then you have your byline. And so you're limited in characters of how many characters you can have, and so you need to make sure and put in what you do, and make it in terms of how you help the other person. So this is your elevator pitch here. If somebody sees an invitation from you, they see what you do. Also, if people are searching for specific things like speakers, podcasters, what kind of things you do, this is going to help you show up in searches. So you have your current position that needs to be completed and accurate. Your education should be filled out as much as possible. And this is important because your people that are inside of your network or people that have gone to your school will be able to see and find you more easily as well. So location is also important to have in there. And so you just want to make sure that every single thing is complete. Now the About section is where people will go and take a further look into what you do. And so creating something that's not just a cookie cutter of, I am the lead operations manager for X, Y, and Z, responsible for, and making it a actual resume, it's extremely boring. So it needs to be made in terms of what you do and tell a story of how you got there. Make people understand who you are, what's in it for them, and how they can benefit by connecting with you. I think that it's very, very important to increase, as much potential personality as possible inside of these profiles, and then don't be afraid to be authentic and be true to who you are. In that, if you swear a lot, putting swear words in there is okay. If you work for a company, obviously you need to maintain what their professional standards are. But if you're self-employed and you swear a lot, or if you're self-employed and you enjoy doing certain things or activities, including personality in there, is not a bad thing. It helps you to stand out. People oftentimes go for the professional route where they're just super straight-laced, and in general it can be very boring, because professional is just a code word for boring, and you don't want to be boring because there's really no reason to connect with you. If you're an IT person and you just talk about IT stuff, nobody cares. They want to know what it is that you're doing, what the benefit is in it for them, and who you are. If you're trying to connect with people, if you think about your friends and you define what they do, if you think about your friends, you don't necessarily think about like the specific projects that they achieve, but you think about the character qualities, what they enjoy doing. And so make sure that you're putting that in there and letting people understand what you're all about, what you like, so that you can attract and engage with people who are going to be similar to you. The other thing I think is very important is adding in media here, because this is great real estate that a lot of people don't use inside of their LinkedIn profile. You can also link to specific projects. You can add links from files or videos. I have a YouTube video, so it can go to my YouTube channel. I've got pictures of me speaking again, and it just helps to solidify that I am in fact a speaker, and it can help me to get additional speaking gigs. And this is your activity section. It will post up in everything that I comment on or engage with as well. You can't really edit that. But right here you have your experience, and going through and putting in as much experience as possible. That is very, very helpful. Your schooling, and then licenses, certifications, and things like that. I think that it's very important to give out endorsements to people that you know, give recommendations to people that you know, so that you can get some reciprocity in getting some back. Obviously, if you don't expect it in return and somebody gives it to you, I think that that's good. If you just give reviews or endorse people's skills just with the hope that people will give you back reviews, it's probably going to not end up in a situation that's happy for you. You're going to be disappointed just because people don't always reciprocate. But engaging with your friends and things, it's helpful to do that. So make sure that it's set up not like a resume, though, because resumes are super boring. And even if you have a profile that's set up to try to get employment or jobs or things, employers don't necessarily just go off of, resumes. They see so many resumes every day. I've hired people before, and when you start seeing the same resumes over and over and over again, it's so boring. So you need to make yourself stand out and allow people to engage with you and get to know you through your profile. So hope that makes sense. Let's jump back.